I have no idea how to start this vlog or even structure this vlog because my last week has been so hectic, so confusing. I've just been focusing on surviving, which is honestly my life since the last 2 years, ever since I moved to Delhi, but even more so last week. So, what happened is, you guys know a few months ago, I broke up with my ex. If you don't check out the very first video I made on this channel, I told you guys that I broke up with him because of his severe anger issues and very severe inability to respect any personal boundaries at all. And all, everything was fine. It was okay, we were still on friendly terms and we would still talk and hang out because we have the same social circle. But for some reason, he got it into his head, I don't know if someone told him or what, that I am now dating someone else, and that made him very upset, let's just say. And so he calls me one night and he's screaming at me. He's calling me all sorts of names, abusing me verbally, and telling me that, oh, you've cheated on me, and how could you do that? And I remind him, brother, we've broken up. I'm not dating anyone, but even if I am, we've broken up, remember? And he's like, you, if you moved on so soon, then you must already have been cheating. Anyway, so he said a lot of extremely hurtful things, and then he threatened physical violence. So, and that's why I decided to move, and now I have moved. However, the process was so difficult. First of all, to find a new apartment. Why is it so difficult? I don't understand. And then when I finally got a new apartment, the process of moving, why do I have so much stuff? What? I don't use any of it. While I was packing, I was thinking, what the hell? I don't use it ever. I don't even remember owning half of these things. But but yeah, anyway, I have moved now. I couldn't really ask for help from any of my friends because, as I said, we have the same friends, and I don't want him to know my new location. So I did it all alone. I'm very proud of myself. We'll talk about that later, the entire moving process and all. But I have just not processed anything. And I know for a fact that if I do start writing in my journal, I'll start bawling my eyes out. And I'm just not in the mood for that. And I don't have time for that. The day I moved in, like, I finished the moving process very late at night. And then I just slept because I was so exhausted. And then I woke up next day with boxes all around me. Nothing made sense. And then I spent the next whole day unpacking, cleaning stuff. And then as soon as I finished the unpacking, 3 days later, I had my midterms. Luckily, I had already studied for them, so I wasn't too stressed, but still. And then, yeah, so immediately I got busy with that. And then as soon as the day my midterms ended, I got my period and I fell sick, which makes sense because I was pushing my body through a lot since the last 10-15 days. The kitchen was not yet set up, so I wasn't really eating properly or eating at all, in fact. And yes, it was a very hectic day. There was just no time to process. I was just doing the bare minimum as much as I could, and then focusing the rest of my energy on studying for my exams. And now all of that is over. I finally feel much better today. So now I have completely moved in and I deep cleaned the entire apartment. I'm so exhausted. So right now I'm just going to go to sleep. But I just wanted to start this vlog. And I have no structure for this vlog because right now my life has no structure. I don't know where we are going with this. I just wanted to vlog because I feel a bit lonely in this new house. At least so far, I have not been feeling very homely here. I mean, of course, it's only been like 4 or 5 days, so that makes sense. The only thing in my favor right now is the weather because winter has finally gone, thank God. And summer is not here yet. It is the perfect weather right now. It's the perfect weather to just stay outside right now. I love spring. I love the freshness it brings. And my life definitely needs a bit of freshness. I'm sorry if the audio is not very good. I woke up today and it felt like the walls of my room were closing in on me, like very suffocating. So I knew that if I stayed in my room, I would not get any work done. I would just end up scrolling or taking a nap for the third time already in this day. And it's like 3 p.m. So I thought, why waste the day? I should just like get ready and get out of the house. So that's what I did. I didn't even like get ready that much. I came to the library to study and I didn't bring anything that would distract me, only my study materials I brought. And unfortunately, I don't have much time left to dilly dally now because exams are approaching really fast. So, unfortunately, we do need to lock in, even though the weather is so beautiful and I just want to be outside. Got out of the library with such a headache and my mood was terrible. But then, as soon as I stepped out, JNU campus is just so gorgeous in spring, flowers everywhere. It's right in the middle of a forest and it gets absolutely beautiful this time of the year. So yeah, it's criminal to go back to the room right now. So I am just going to sit here and read my book. I deserve this break. I've been in the library since morning, so I'm taking that break now. Day has been made. I want you guys to meet Oates, and he has a sister too, Sparkle. Tell me if you get that reference. These guys have been keeping me company because, as I said last night, I think it was last night, that I've just been feeling very lonely in this new house. I don't know why, because I'm doing the same exact things that I used to do in my previous house, the same routines, the same places I go to. But here it just feels sadder. Like I'm being punished for something. I don't know. Still not processed any of this. But this is just making me think a lot about how I'm going to be in relationships moving forward. I mean, obviously, you hear about this all the time, that when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. To be honest, my ex was always like this, like even when we were dating. I mean, he had never threatened physical violence before or never verbally abused me or anything, but he still would, like, go through my diary, for example, and he would fight so much. And of course, like, that's so disgusting and mannerless, frankly. But yeah, he just had no boundary, no sense of boundary, and like a lot of entitlement. And he was like that when we were dating too, but I would still let it go. I'm sorry, please don't judge me, okay? But yeah, I would still let it go. And but for some reason, I thought that after we break up, he would not be like that, because then why would he feel any entitlement towards me? I'm not his girlfriend anymore. But apparently he did, and a lot of it too. I think the reason I feel like lonelier now is because I had this I when we first started dating, I really liked him. Okay, I really did like him a lot. I genuinely looked up to him, but then um as I got to know him more and more, I realized this is just a hollow facade. Yes, but still, like, in throughout my relationship, I would always, after every fight, think that no, the person I saw initially, that is the real him, and right now he's just hurt, or right now he's just upset because he's hungry, or right now he's just angry because I said this thing, or I cracked this joke, or whatever. And I would always like hope and wait and nudge him towards the version of him that I met initially, which was so calm, contained, confident, and so, like, kind, just kind. But I was so attached to that initial version of him that I was just not ready to let go. And honestly, I didn't even realize it until now that I look back in hindsight. But while I was in it, I didn't realize that how that the person I'm with is completely different from the person I signed up for, basically. So yeah, you just really have to see people for who they are. I've learned that lesson now. I don't think I will ever be as vulnerable with a man as I used to be up till now, because my best friend would always tell me, Soumya, never tell everything about you to a man, because as soon as you fight, he will throw it in your face. And I never really agreed to that, because I thought, oh, but he's my partner, he loves me, he needs to know everything about me, every single thing about my past, every dark thought that I have about myself, about all my insecurities, all the things that hurt me. He should know these things. Like, I had such a need to tell my partners all the things about me that I didn't like. And then I just really wanted, not just him, with any person I've dated before now, just I just wanted them to love me despite all this. And I liked knowing that they know everything about me, they know all my insecurities, all the ways I've been hurt, and they still love me. I liked knowing that fact. Wow, that's so vulnerable. I'm just being, I don't know, just I because I'm not writing in my diary, this is how we are processing. So yeah, I told him everything about my family, about my parents' marriage, about my childhood trauma, about, like, I just feel like I'm cringing so hard when I think about all the things, like how vulnerable I was to him. And I was very, like, I told him the exact words that my father has said, or let's say like one of my exes has said, that hurt me and that caused certain insecurities in me. And in this last conversation we had, he said those exact same words at all the places that I explicitly told him that this hurt me, broke me down once upon a time. He made a point to say those exact words that I shared with him when I was vulnerable. So I hate when my friends are proven right. I don't know. That's why I felt like I couldn't let go of him for so long, I think. Because let's say if you come and tell me that, oh, your voice is not very nice, like, I hate your voice, I wouldn't really care. But when someone makes a comment on something extremely personal and vulnerable to you, like, I took it very personally, and I was like, no, now you have to love me through this now. I was not very healthy of me. But yeah, lesson learned, because I don't think I will be, or I can be, as vulnerable with any man now. I don't think I can forgive him on that, at least not now. Maybe 10 years in the future, who knows. But right now, I just have so much anger in me, and so much like disbelief. Like, how can you be so cruel? How can a person be so unfeeling and like so emotionally stunted? I don't know, but I'm just in like disbelief and shock, but apparently people can be. This was a very enriching experience I had. Another thing I learned is now I'm not going to mix my friends and my boyfriend. Like, yeah, my partner can be friends with my friends, but from now on, I'm keeping my friend circle separate. Anyway, it's around 7 p.m. right now, and it's raining outside. So beautiful weather. Going to open all the doors and windows, let this cool breeze in and the smell of rain, and cook some dinner, play some good music. So I have something to confess, which might make you want to come through the camera and slap me, but I miss him. Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not him that I miss particularly. I just miss having a boyfriend. It sounds so lame and so cringe, and I never thought I would be that girl, but here we are. I actually started dating really young, unfortunately, which I would not recommend. And ever since I started dating, I have never been single. So, like, almost a decade. Shit. Like, I've never been without a boyfriend for almost a decade. I am facing the consequences for now that I am single. I'm so exhausted. I have no plan to date anyone soon. I just can't. But now I find that I have no relationship with myself. Like I have zero sense of how to be alone. And I think that's what I miss because it's just so unfamiliar. And I have always outsourced my emotional regulation to my partners. And the thing is, I would then kind of like get mad at them if they don't heal me or support me through it, which is so toxic. I know I went through a lot of. Um, I did finally reflect and journal last night, and this is what I've realized that I really romanticize the idea of just like being saved by my partner, I and so that's why I just like do nothing by myself. Like I've done nothing. First time I moved into my previous apartment, I was still dating him and he handled everything. All the logistics from the light bulb to the curtain rods to the gas cylinder, everything he took care of. And now that I had to do it all alone, that was what was making me cry. More than me missing him, the fact that I have to do it alone was making me cry. And yesterday I realized, like, why? What does it matter if I have to do it? Plenty of people do it alone. It's so normal. But because I've never done it, so I just find it very like was making it such a big tragedy in my mind, which it is not. I have no answers right now. I don't know how to do this and what to do now, but I think it's time I figure it out because let's hope that the next person I meet or the next man I date will be the one. If we hypothetically assume, then I will have no time in my life left to be single and ever have a relationship with myself. And that is like really scary. I have very limited amount of time and I should not waste it being sad and mopey. And yes, I should feel those things and I have felt those things after the breakup, and even when I was in the relationship I was crying all the time, so I have felt it all, I think. And I think it's now time to move on, but I don't know how to move on because as soon as I would break up, like within a month I used to start dating someone else, and now I don't want to because last night I realized I have so much to learn. And of course, being in a relationship teaches you a lot. You how to compromise, how to handle conflict, what your toxic tendencies are, and it teaches you a lot to just be so close and vulnerable, how to respect other people's vulnerabilities. I think I have learned a lot of how to be with someone, and I think personally, in my opinion, I think I'm a very good girlfriend now. So then that side of the coin I think I have figured out. Now I realize there's a lot to be learned still because I don't know how to do that while managing my own emotions. And I think it's right, like it's not my partner's responsibility to regulate me, and it does make sense, but I would just like always expect them to do it basically. All the areas of my life I am pretty independent anyway. Like I don't depend on a man for anything else except my emotional regulation, and that I would depend on him completely, which is so wrong. I want to learn it. Yeah, so even though it's sad that I'm doing it alone, I don't want it to be sad. I want to be neutral about this. I don't want it to be a happy thing or a sad thing. Nothing. I want being alone and being with myself to be normal. Does that make sense? So, in that spirit, we are going on a solo date, which I am excited for. Let me tell you, this moving process has given me so much confidence. I never knew I had it in me. I genuinely did not know because when I decided to move, I was shit scared. I was so scared because I don't know how to talk to landlords or how to install a light bulb. I didn't even know how to put in a light bulb, and I did it all by myself. Yes, those 2 days were not very good and I was crying so much, but I did it and I feel so confident. Like I just feel like I don't know, I just feel so just like so proud of myself, and I love this feeling. I feel so empowered. I've never felt this empowered. And by the way, all of this happened on Women's Day. Like, I moved on Women's Day, which is just so poetic. So we are going to keep that spirit alive. I genuinely loved doing everything on my own, because yes, even though I was crying, like, at the same time I was like, wow, I'm so proud of myself. Wow, I can't believe I put in the light bulb. Wow, I can't believe I installed a curtain rod. Like, that's so cool. I was the most pampered princess at home. I have not, like, lifted a single cup beside from my bedside table. Like, that's how spoiled I was, and I feel like so ashamed when I think of that now, because I manage my own apartment now. And to some people it might seem like such a small deal, but for me it's a huge deal. The fact that I'm doing it all alone, and all the logistics I handled, all the talking and negotiating I handled, the moving process I handled, was daunting. It was so hectic. Even physically, I didn't know I could push myself to this limit, but I can, and I feel so confident. I love that feeling, and I want to chase that high every day now. So new era of me begins. Like, I'm sad that it ended this way. I'm not sad about the breakup itself, because, to be honest, I don't feel anything for him anymore. But yeah, I do feel bad that this is how it's ending. But I can't help but feel a little excited for this new chapter of my life, this new sense of, like, freedom that I'm feeling. Sometimes it's very confusing, because then anytime I would be free, I would just, like, talk to my partner. Anytime I wanted to go somewhere, I would always take my partner with me. It's like a default, buddy for you. But now I have to either take me with myself, or talk with some friends, or go alone. Which, it's uncomfortable, but it's the good kind of uncomfortable. I am enjoying this discomfort. So yeah, anyway, I think the vlog is long enough. I'm not going to vlog the solo date, because I don't want to. So I'll see you next video. Bye. Mwah.